There has been a serious chaos these few days in Nigeria about what the president said as regards to his wife, warning him of if he's not changing his way, she will not vote for him in the next term. And the
Oh,
president,
no, you mean the wife said that, not the president?
yeah, the wife said that, and
Okay,
him
no,
saying,
you have to start all over again, but
Okay.
more orderly. What did the wife say? And what did the
okay, she
husband
said
say?
that if the husband does not change the way he's doing things now, that in 2019, she was not going to vote for him anymore. And the husband in response saying that he does not know what party she belongs to, but he knows that she belongs to his kitchen, the sitting room, and the other room. So that has been bringing a lot of commotions in Nigeria, and people are really very displeased, especially the women. What is your take on that, what he said?
You know, if you are going to take what was said, both by the wife of the president
Right.
and by the president out of context, then you can do all kind of, all kind of, what do you call it? All kind of noise, all kind of, scandal out of it. But I would not see it that way. But there are so many questions here.
Right.
From you just put it in general terms, but I think the first question that people might be interested in is, what do I think about what the lady said?
Right.
Number one. Number two, is it really true that some people have hijacked the government, or the people who work for the party, as she said, are not the ones now ruling,
Right.
and that she only knows about 5%, and even the president only knows about 5, maybe out of 80 people that are being appointed as, giving political appointments, and that he doesn't know everybody, and the people who worked for them, who were with them in the campaign train, that they are not the ones being appointed, but other people who didn't work, maybe who didn't even believe in that they were going to win. That's what she said.
Right.
Before we now go into the kitchen and to the other one, because the other, if you don't take it one by one and orderly, we are going to become like every other person.
Okay.
We are going to become sensational, and we are going to be making so much ado about not things that are not really worth it. So if we take everything piece by piece, then we understanding and clarity.
Okay.
And that is what causes confusion, where there is no clarity.
Right.
So I'm all about clarity. So let's start.
Okay.
Okay. Judging by what the lady said, I would think that that is the greatest thing that has happened in the Nigerian political scene for a while.
Okay. Why do you think so?
But that's why I'm surprised when I hear the way Nigerians are discussing and what they are talking about,
Okay.
and the way and the perspective they are looking at it. I'm coming from another perspective altogether.
Okay. It's always great to hear your perspective.
Yeah, and thank God you are here to help other people know and to ask me the questions. I think, like I said, I want to repeat it, that discussion that's going on, and that thing that the lady said and what the president said is one of the greatest things. Everything, the whole thing, is one of the greatest things that Nigerians are supposed to be celebrating and rejoicing about.
Okay.
And the reason is that at last, an African country and an African president, and that is the approach that the president was supposed to take if I were him.
Okay.
If they had asked me that question and I was in his place, or I was his spokesman, I wonder why the spokesmen are not talking this way. I would have said, wow, we Nigerians are supposed to be proud of ourselves. We are supposed to be rejoicing right now for that thing that just happened. And that in the sense that the image of an African husband and an African wife has been broken just right there.
Okay.
And that image is that the man is a controller, the man is dominating, the man is, is an emperor, and the woman is nothing, and the woman is just supposed to be quiet and not to be able to say anything. But the fact that the wife of the president was able to say her mind and speak out her mind, and even in an interview, that tells us that she is not afraid of the husband,
Okay.
even though the husband is the president. She knows that he respects her enough to give her the right to own her own opinion.
Okay.
In Africa, this is the president of the country. Even average African family, sometimes you don't see that.
Right.
The most powerful man of the biggest, most populous African country, even that democracy is there. That is the greatest victory. That is my dream for Africa. So that in every African family, that kind of democracy will be there. Where the husband will know that the fact that I'm the husband doesn't mean that I suppress the opinion of my own wife.
Okay.
And the fact that I am the head of the family doesn't mean that she's not an individual of our own person and our own personality.
Okay.
But here we come out in the public before the whole world and say, this is the opinion of my husband, but I have my own opinion about what's going on. Tell me something about democracy. Tell me something about democracy. Tell me something about democracy, and tell me any other country that will have it better. So the way I'm saying it is that, this is an exemplary family. And this is a great example to the African family. I will challenge every African man that is talking right now. And I will challenge every African woman that is talking right now. If they have that type of right and that kind of freedom in their own family, I will challenge them. If their wife will do that, if they will not shut her down, if they will not sit her down, if they will not send her back to the village, if they will not do all that kind of thing, if they will not rebuke her, and she will still be her own person, even though she's having her own, plurality of opinion.
Yeah.
Brilliant, excellent. Feel like kissing somebody. That's the way we do it here. Excellent thing. That means, because for her to have spoken out openly like that, it means she's expressed herself definitely before in the house, and she had not been shut down.
Okay.
It means she has spoken about that many times. It means she has, and she's used to her husband because they've been living together for 27 years. So it means for the last 27 years, she's never been shut down. So she is having so much of her own freedom, and she's so much her own person that she is able to express her own opinion. She still has her opinion.
Right.
And that's the kind of thing that I would like my wife and my family to have. And that's the kind of thing that I will have. I would like every African family to have. Never suppress your wife. And every woman is an individual as well. Every woman has her own right to her own opinion. And because she's a wife doesn't mean she's not a citizen and she doesn't have an opinion. Just like when I was talking about my own opinion as a pastor, people in my own country also raised a lot of noise and said, I don't have the right to speak into the issues of politics because I'm a pastor. But apart from the fact that I'm a pastor, I'm also a citizen. I'm also a Nigerian. I'm also an individual. And the fact that Aisha Buhari is the wife of the president, that doesn't mean that she ceases to be a president. I mean, a citizen, a human being, a person, a citizen, a Nigerian. So, and what people will think is right is this, that she should have blind submission and suppressing her own opinion in the so that's what everybody's expecting. They're expecting her to be quiet and to suppress her own opinion, and not, even though she's thinking otherwise, that she should not say it just in the political correctness something. So for the sake of political correctness, she should just keep quiet or not say what she's thinking. But that would have made her unhappy. And not just her, that would have made any woman unhappy just because she's a woman. And another good thing is that the fact that she's saying it openly like that means that the president is not a stooge.
Okay.
And that is another kudo on the president as well. It means that you cannot accuse the president of being a stooge to the wife. You cannot accuse the president of being under the shoes, under the, the heels of the wife. Because other people have been, like our previous president, he has been accused that it's under the authority of the wife and that the wife is the one in charge. But here, you cannot say that. Why? Because he's clearly telling us that she has a different opinion, that he is doing his own thing the way he believes it, which means her own opinion has not swayed his own point of view. He has not swayed him. He believes in what he's doing. Now, that's on one hand. Okay. Then the second part of this question that I would like to address is this. Concerning what the wife of the president said,
right,
I would like to be on the side of the president.
Okay.
But concerning what the president said, I would like to disagree with him.
Okay.
So let's start. Concerning what the wife of the president said, that he was supposed to have appointed the people who helped him to come to politics, to power, and the people who worked for him. Morally speaking, that sounds okay. And popularly speaking, that sounds okay. But this is not a popular contest we are running. This is the interest of the nation.
Yes.
We have to put above party, what do you call it?
Interest.
Yeah, personal interest and party interest even. What she's advocating for is that we should put the party interest, the partisanism of the party ahead of the national consideration. But what she is forgetting is that, yes, Nigeria is such a complex place that even now that is appointing people who are not from the party or who didn't work for the party, but to make sure that the whole country is well represented and every group is well represented, both the opposition and the people in power. It wants to just build a balanced something to avoid conflict. Even now, he's still being accused that there are more northerners or southerners or the Igbos are not satisfied or the Niger Delta something. People are still accusing him despite his efforts of even bringing a wider representation. What would have happened if he had just only been appointing people from his own party? These same people now who are calling on his head and saying, see what your wife is saying. So there are some people you didn't appoint. They are the ones who would have taken off his head. They are the ones who would have said, you are only appointing people from your party. So this is not politics. So it's not about Nigeria. This is this one party alone has taken over the country, and you have taken over. I know my country, and I understand the president very, very well, and I understand the wife. Sentimentally speaking, emotionally speaking, sentiment, she feels sorry for those other people who have worked, who have labored, and they have not been appointed yet. He's going to get to them, but he has to be balancing. A wise leader will appoint one of my own, but I will double it with two of other people so that nobody will complain. So before he gets to everybody, it might take some time, but he's using superior leadership wisdom. So I'm with the president on that one.
Okay.
Now getting back to
to his own response.
I'm sure I'm boring you with political talk.
No, not at all. It's intriguing.
Too much politics there.
No, not at all.
Okay. Now, coming back to his own response, which is, I think he lost it. Some of his some of his people are trying to say he was joking and all that. No, he was really offended. And I think he was offended. I think he lost his emotion because he was asked, maybe not because the wife said that, but probably because the wife said that to the media. Not because he's against the wife saying that. I'm sure the wife had said that to him personally. I doesn't have anything against it. But the fact that she put it in public, which is a good thing for the country at large and for, what I said earlier, for the mentality of Africans and things. But I think he was also offended by the fact that he was asked right there in the press conference when he was discussing all that thing. So he wanted to quickly get rid of it. And he didn't think it through. So what he did was, to quickly shut them down and say, okay, I don't know what my wife did, said what party she belongs to, but she belongs to my kitchen and to my living room and all that, and the other rooms. But that is not necessary, in my own opinion. What I would have said is what I had said earlier, that wow, why are you people complaining? It means we have democracy in this family. This is democracy proper. So I applaud my wife that she has an own opinion. I have an own opinion, but since I'm still the president, she's not putting me under the something. But thank God, you should be rejoicing that I'm not the kind of president that is coming under the opinion of my wife. But see, I have my own opinion as president. And if you want to know the reason why, these are the reasons why. Finish.